right, welcome to Shooting Hoops in the Boot. We are live from Kent Reynolds Court in Hayti, Missouri at the Hayti Gym, where the Indians later on tonight, right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network, matter of fact, will take on the Osceola Seminoles. That should be a great game. We have our special guest tonight, Coach Don Webb of the Hayti Indians, his first year at the helm of the Indians. Coach, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just fine, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll. Big game here tonight.
Big game here. Got some Arkansas Giants coming in town.
Yeah, Osceola's always good, man. Well, I know we was talking a little bit off air, but yeah, they're going to be tough, man.
Yes.
So let's talk about your season in general. Got off to a great start. You beat a great Greenville team right here on you added a game, I guess, late in the year. You added a game, and against a team that's usually good here in Southeast Missouri.
Pretty solid team. We that was our first game, and we got out to a shaky start, but we weathered the storm. I seen a lot of good things, but as a coach, you go back and watch film, you're like, oh, we can do a whole lot better. But for our first game, and I know my guys, they had a little home court first game jitters. We did pretty good.
That's right. And tell us a little bit about your starting five, who they are, in case nobody has had a chance to catch you yet. I know we've only had 3 games, and so season is still young. A lot of basketball still to be played.
A whole lot of basketball. I have Javante Payne. He was all-district player last year. He's a junior. Isaiah, he's a junior as well. He was all-district player as well. And I have Jaheim Dunn. He's a sophomore. Nikolai Combat, sophomore. Don Webb, a sophomore.
So Webb and Combat, is it?
Combat.
All right, so they kind of moved in. So tell us a little bit about those. I'm sure you're familiar with them. We're not. Of course, one of them's your son. You're real familiar with him, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with him.
So Combat, what's a little bit of his background?
Well, I've been knowing Nick. He actually is from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and he moved to Missouri here when he was in the 3rd grade. And since he moved here, he been under my wing ever since then. He's a great kid. Actually, got student of the month here. He's good in the classroom.
Good deal, man. That's awesome.
The kid, a 6'3", 6'4" guard, so he has a bright future ahead. With a very high ceiling.
Now your son, he's a sophomore, and that's the thing about the Indians. And we didn't talk about classification, but no seniors start. And you really got one senior. Jones that comes off the bench, gets some playing time, but other than that, you're still kind of young.
We don't even have him. We only have juniors and sophomores now.
There you go, man. So future is bright here at Hayti High School, guys. And now let's move on to the Gideon Bulldog Classic. You first round matchup, you went in and you took on Portersville, I do believe. Yes. And you beat Portersville pretty handily. That's got to feel good because Portersville's always a solid program.
Yes, from what I've been hearing, they've been having our number for a while.
Yeah.
And it was good to get that monkey off the back. I mean, Portersville, they're a great program.
They had our number back in '89 when I played. They beat us that's what I was just telling Fred. They beat us in the conference championship game. They beat us in the district championship game, and I ain't liked them since.
Hey, I hear that a lot around here. They just been having our number, but
now they got a great program. Anytime you can beat them, and that says a lot for you as a coach, and also Hayti as a program and where we're headed. And that's kind of a program in basketball that you would like to, be reminded.
Yourself. Like, that's a great program, and it was good to get that win. It was good for the town.
Right, and in the second game, of course, this is when all heck broke loose, so to speak. You're playing Kennett.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, East Prairie was.
East Prairie, I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. East Prairie, and at East Prairie beat you.
Yes, they beat us.
The 3rd game's when everything broke loose, right? So tell us a little about East Prairie, man. They're a tough opponent, wasn't they?
Some big boys. They're a good team. Senior loaded. That was a good game for us. We had the lead going into the 4th, and they just turned it on in the 4th on us. Had a couple bad technicals pop up there, but it's youth. I say our youth showed that game, and we just gonna grow from it. And like I told the boys at the beginning of the year, the road to success, you're gonna have to go through bumps, and we need them bumps to learn from. So we're just gonna bounce back from that and get better.
All right, speaking of bumps, now we can turn it over to that third game where you're at halftime and a lot of controversy happened outside in the concession stand area. It's kind of like we went through last year with Crowsville. And for all our listeners out there that do not know, fights in the concession stand area with people who actually live in Hayti, don't go to school at Hayti, former student of South Pim and Hayti, caused a little trouble. But needless to say, neither here nor there now, as the investigation's still going on. We can't speak on that. But we found out later on, I think it was yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
That East Prairie is going to drop us from their schedule, and that was a game that was going to be here Friday night. That had been a rematch for you,
Yes,
and that would have gave you great competition. But they dropped us from the schedule, and then out of all things that happened, that we've been in the Bloomfield Christmas term ever since I can remember, probably 40 years. Committee voted to not let Hayti come to the tournament this year. Coach, how did you find out about that decision?
Well, I had a meeting with the administration. They sat me down and broke the news to me. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it to go that far, and had to break the news to my team right after that.
Now, there's a situation you didn't have no control over either. You guys were in the locker room, right?
Actually, we just came out the locker room. We was on the court warming up in the layup line, and you see people storming the floor. So I got my boys immediately, got them all together, and took them back to the locker room. As I got in the locker room, I guess some East Prairie fans happened to be in there, taking cover, and I told them, yes, stay in here, stay. My players and a couple of their fans was in there, and we stayed there until we was directed to come out.
So, kind of a scary moment for everybody involved because you didn't know really what was at the time. You didn't know what was going on. All you knew there was some chaos going on.
My first thing was
and help your people out there. And a good job, by the way, of letting people stay in your locker room where you felt they were safe, and you just didn't throw anybody out. Say, hey, this is our locker room. So, good job on that, and worried about safety first.
Yes, sir.
And that's the main concern out of all this, I guess. But so you broke your news to the team. How did you go about that? I mean, did you have to take, I'm sure you had to take a minute after
Yes.
you told, because this is a big deal in this area, as we all know. And this was going to be your first time
Yes.
in the Bloomfield Christmas tournament, coaching the Hayti Indians. Is it your first time ever to be affiliated with the Bloomfield Christmas
First
tournament?
time ever. I was looking forward to that. The whole team was looking forward to that tournament. It hurt, I had to take a moment to myself. I'm human, it hurts when, innocent people have to pay the consequences of other people. And me breaking the news to my players, that was hard to do. A couple of tears shed from you guys. They've been busting their butt in practice every day, running, taking care of their schoolwork, making the grades, just doing everything they're supposed to do as student athletes. And then for them to get that taken away from them, and they didn't have no knowledge of what's going on, it hurt them. You're only human.
Yeah. Kind of come out of left field, man. I didn't see it coming either. I never would thought that the results of what happened there would affect another tournament. And I hate it that it's happened this way, but we're going to move on and we're going to accomplish great things.
Yes, sir.
You got the Boot Hill Sports Network behind you. I'm going to do everything in my power to help this program. And, South Pim got a short end of the stick, too, because they got attacked.
They got it. They same thing with them. I feel bad for them. Them players, they're trying to make a run back to the Final Four, and they're just kids competing, student athletes, and for something to get taken away, I feel for them as well. I tell my boys, actually, it ain't even just my boys' team. Our whole Hayti program it rippled all the way through to our girls' program. They just got done winning the Al Jackson Championship. They have a great start. They're 6-0 right now, and they got hit with it as well. They didn't have nothing to do with it, so it hurt the whole program. It even trickled all the way down to my 7th grade, and it just, it's sad. It's a sad thing.
And it's even trickled in attendance, as tonight you can only have, I guess, parents and guardians, right?
Parents and guardians and cheerleaders, no students at all. So
Because it's gonna feel a weird atmosphere in here tonight. But we're lucky that we're still able to bring it to you on the streaming network, and we thank Hayti High School for allowing us to do this. And we work hard at doing that, and we want to be able to bring those games to you. But we like the crowd too. I mean, it's going to be weird in here tonight. And Coach, man, anything you want to say? You got the platform right now. Instead of me asking questions, speak out.
It's life, and that's what I told my boys. We're gonna get a curveball through life. You know, it's all about what you do after that curveball comes. It's not gonna be peaches and cream. And I understand with our boys and girls program, with Coach James and Coach Sam are doing a great job with them girls. I mean, I commend them girls. They're playing basketball, and there's 7 of them basketball players. After they play basketball, they come and be the cheerleaders as well. So they're just all in, you know. So I commend them coaches over there, and I just tell them, for all these kids that's going through this, to keep their head up. You know, life is gonna throw you a curveball. It's about what you're gonna do with that, and that's just life, you know. And
another thing, let's talk about the junior high program. 7th and 8th grade, you're having that conference tournament. 7th grade is in the championship game. Is that correct?
Oh, my little 7th grade team, they're some warriors, you know. We only have 6 players right now, and 2 of them are 6th graders. And we made it to the championship game. We only lost 1 game the whole year, and that's a great group of kids. Small is just we only got 6, but I'm telling you, they give you they all. Which you've seen them play, they give it all.
We had the pleasure of we've covered the tournament, and we've even covered a game here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. I tell you what, the Jones kid he's in 7th grade, and you got little number
80 Covington.
Number 2, yes, Covington's and Jones. As I should know, that's a name that's forever in the history of Hayti, because it seems like every generation they're here to play sports for Hayti, and they're always good at everything.
Them 2 kids got a very bright future, and they bug me about getting in the gym. I mean, they're gym rats. That's a great thing. That's what I love to see as a coach. When they're just 7th grade, that future is very bright.
Yeah, good deal there, man. Coach, we thank you for allowing us our time to talk to you here tonight, and getting great comments. So we got about 40 people watching right now live, so you got a lot of support, and the community is behind you too, as well. As you can see, a lot of upset people, man, but hopefully some good's going to come out of this down the road, and
we're gonna make it through this. I mean, we're resilient here. Our whole staff, from the teachers and everyone is on board behind us, and we're gonna weather the storm. You know, I tell my boys, we're not able to have any students and fans in here, so all they're gonna do is draw us closer together as brotherhood. Now we have to lean on each other, so we're gonna make it out of this.
That's awesome, man. That's what we need. Family. Hayti is a family, and community is going to be behind you. I'm sure we'll have a lot of views tonight on watching the network live, and hopefully you guys go get another victory and move to 3-1 on the year. Osceola is undefeated at 2-0.
They're a tough team coming in.
It's going to be a battle of the tribes, as they are the Seminoles and we're the Indians. So should be an interesting game coming up on the Boot Hill Sports Network, and we'll have that game for you at 6 o'clock with the JV game, and then the varsity following. Coach, tell us a little bit about your JV team. I think this is actually going to be their first game, is it not?
Well, actually, it's they have played in the Bernie JV tournament.
Okay.
They're 1-1 right now.
Okay.
Good group. You guys got to learn how to play together, you know, and they're very athletic. They play hard.
Tell us a little bit about who's on that team.
Well, actually, I have Key Anthony Taylor.
That's right.
Actually, he plays a little varsity. Tamron Turner. You know what's funny? Yeah, my varsity team is actually a JV team. So I can play all my varsity on JV. And I have a couple freshmen there as well. So we're sophomore and freshman maybe on JV, and I'm ready to see them. I actually, the first 2 games they played in the Birmingham tournament, I wasn't able to attend. So our other coach, Casey Gilmer, had them while I had been Cowboys in Carruthersville playing the tournament. So we've been back and forth with these kids. So finally, I get this chance to sit with the JV.
Good deal. I mean, it's hard when you coach junior high and high school, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of long days and nights,
Long
right?
day, long nights, but I got my hands in all of it. And that's what it takes when we're trying to mold a program. We're trying to set a tone here, and that's what comes with it.
Coach, I guess that's all I got, man. Unless you want to add something, any shout outs out there?
Oh, I just to everyone at Hayti, keep your head up. We just gonna stick together through this, and we're gonna weather this storm. Even South Penn Scott, you guys keep your heads up down there. You weather the storm, and I just feel bad for the kids that didn't have nothing to do with nothing and get punished for it. But that's life, and we just gonna bounce back and just strong from the situation.
Right, that's exactly right. And I said in one of my articles I wrote this year that there's something special brewing in Hayti this year. It's not Folgers. It's Hayti Indian basketball. The girls are undefeated right now. They're on a good streak. Junior high 7th grade is playing for a championship. You guys are 2-1, so could be the Indians' year. We're not going to get discouraged over this because we're still able to play in the conference tournament. We're still able to play for a district title. So there is still a state championship that we can win this year in Hayti. But, Coach, I thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Best of luck tonight. And we will catch you later on in the season. We'll catch up with you and talk some more Hayti Indian basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All righty. Thanks, Coach. That is Coach Don Webb of the Hayti Indians, who looks to go 3-1 on the year tonight. Make sure you catch that game right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. And we will see you at 6 o'clock live right here from Kent Reynolds Court in Hayti, Missouri.